spit game, so they done like a upcoming like artist thing, innit? And they were just like, write something to this beat, you know what I'm saying, and come perform it. So I wasn't really thinking too much of it. I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. I ain't nothing like you. You knew what to do. Just writing bars down, and then I done it, and then yeah, what happened? It was the first day it came out. I was like, and then it hit like 13K. So I was like, oh okay, good. And then I think I went to and then like the end of the night it was at 61K. So I was like, oh okay, this is doing something. Wake up the next day, 118,000, and I was just like, yeah, I was back.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm super excited to touch base with a very new, incredibly talented artist, Shakes. Welcome.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming down. So how have you been? I know like it's currently your summer holidays, yeah? What have you been up to?
Yeah, last 6 weeks, what have I been doing? I've just been working, honestly. Like I had school before, and over the 6 weeks everything's kind of been popping off. So I've just been like in the booth, meetings, whole bag. Literally, yeah.
So this is incredible because I feel like I've got like a very young superstar in the room. So let's actually just start off with, so age, where you from?
15, yeah, 2007, and I'm from Croydon, so South London sides, man, yeah. Nice.
So let's get into like you up to this point. How would you describe your childhood? What's it been like?
Oh, my childhood, you got me going back. It feels like, you know, back in my day, Jesus. Yeah, just music orientated. I think I grew up, obviously, you know, like sound systems, listening to music. Also, like, love with sports, cars. So, like, I just, you know, like the culture, I guess. So, like, you know, like not a ghetto culture, but like South London culture. So I just grew up around that. And then, yeah, I just started falling and having a passion for music. And, yeah, since like the age of 8. It's just
really?
Been music,
so you always wanted to be an artist since you were 8?
Yeah, since I was 8, that's when I think I wrote my first like couple lyrics. And then yeah, since then I've kind of just like dibbled and dabbled with it, but like the last year and a half I've been taking it serious.
So what have been like your favourite subjects in school so far?
I love business. I like business. What else? I guess P, everyone loves P, you know what I'm saying? Double P, that's about it. I'm not really a school person, like Mumsy's always like education, but I'm just like...
Do you do well in school though? Like how's your grades and stuff?
Yeah, so it's not the worst, but it's not the best, like, you know what I'm saying? I think, because obviously music, like there was times I was coming for meetings and I'm revising on my way like there and back. But like otherwise, yeah, I'm top
How
class.
would people in your school, in your year, describe you? Are you like class clown? Like, what are you quiet? Like, what are you like?
I'm a switch up. Sometimes I'm like the quiet one, and then sometimes I'm like the one who's, you know, the one's there, like the energetic one. But yeah, mostly I'm just the quiet kid, I guess. You know, slap my headphones in, just do my work.
So you said like this summer you've been in the studio, things are moving fast for you. What were you doing last summer? Like, how was this summer different from others?
See, I wouldn't even call it last summer because we was in lockdown, right, I think. So yeah, I was just sitting in the house more time. But obviously, if we was going out, it'd be like linking up with family, and then just otherwise, I was playing games, writing bars. Like that was literally my whole lockdown, really. Just
Okay, so you just mentioned family. What's your family like? What's your background like?
So
who are you close to?
Yeah, so I'm close with my mum's side of the family a lot. Yeah. Oh God, I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to remember all my family. Yeah, they're very supportive of music, so I guess big up to my family. Like, yeah, I've also got a stepdad who helps work with my music and like kind of manages me. So yeah, I'm very family orientated.
What countries are your family from?
So my mum is full British, and I think she has a bit of American as well. My dad, I know, is Sierra Leonean, and then my stepdad is from Jamaica.
Okay, nice. So very cultured. Definitely. So what music did you grow up listening to, like through your parents, in your household?
So obviously, I mean, it's a bit personal, Jesus. I didn't know my dad too much, but I grew up with my stepdad and like other family around. Like in South London, it's a lot of Jamaican culture. So I grew up around Jamaican culture, sound system, bashment, reggae, all of it. Like, yeah, I love it, man. You know, like summertimes, they bring out the big sound systems.
Yeah.
Just blaring music in the car park. So yeah, I grew up mainly like Jamaican culture and music, stuff like that.
What about artists? Like who did you love listening to?
See, the thing is with me, when it comes to Jamaican artists, it's like I always knew the song, but I never knew the artist.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, the ones there and it's like, oh, okay, I know that song, but I just don't know the artist. I mean, I can give you UK ones. I grew up around, my stepdad loves grime, so that's where some people say I get that grime feeling. Like I used to we listened to Spiral on the weekends on BBC. I watched the old sets like Lord of the Mics, the radio sets, like that's I love. So like Skepta, you know, like the main people way better know. Gets, I like, bro, Gets his pen. Yeah.
So who would you say, obviously you're in your own lane, but who would you say you'd, like career-wise, you'd most want to be like, and why?
Ooh. See, the thing is, it's like, I would say Chip, because I mean, he started young, but I've always thought like I never really wanted to be like anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be compared, like, I mean, I get it now, because obviously everyone say that, I'm like, oh, AJ Tracy, AJ, that's all I get now.
Yeah.
But like, for me, it was never a thing where I wanted to be compared to anyone. Like, I just wanted to be known as Shakes. I didn't want someone to look at my music and be like, cool, you're this type of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you don't know what's going to happen next. And like, so not really anyone.
Okay, cool. So how did you name yourself Shakes? Where did that come from?
Everyone asks me this question. I have no idea.
Seriously?
I kid you not. It was one day, I'm putting this on camera now so everyone can think I'm lying. It was one day, I think I don't know. I just thought Shakes probably. And was like, you know, that's the name.
So obviously your Insta is ShakesThaKid, yeah? But is that are you ever going to change your Instagram as you get older? Have you thought about that?
Funny enough, there was like a couple weeks, there's an account on Instagram just called Shakes, which I wanted to handle. So I was trying to get everyone to report it so then I can get it. I've always wanted Shakes, innit? But then obviously because Insta, I was just like ShakesThaKid. It's like a little simple thing
Okay, cool. So as a kid, how does it feel like being in music this young?
It's crazy, you know. It is. It's like, I think there's like my personal life and then there's my music life. Like with the last couple like months, obviously since my song Saka came out, my music life has changed. I'm going to meetings, meeting people who I look up to and stuff like that. But for like my personal life, it's not really changed. It's
no
like
different.
I'm still the same kid. I wake up the same. You know what I'm saying? That's not like, obviously you have people come up. I'm getting clocked in ends now. Like I was in East London yesterday and two people came. I was like, "Yo, Shades, you're hard." And I'm like, "Rah." Like, I really can't step nowhere, but like personal wise, I'm still the same kid. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's changed.
Is there anything though that you're worried about being this young and getting into music and starting now?
I think, is there? I mean, not really. I feel like it's an advantage that I'm starting young and not really anything to worry about. Because then, say for example, a couple years down the line, I don't like it. It's like, what's it? People, you said it to me. One of my friends was like, you know what I'm saying? You got 5 years to still be the youngest in charge because in half a decade I'll only be 20. So really and truly, if I want a career switch, I can, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's nothing really to worry about.
What in your mind like would be the career switch? What other options have you ever thought of?
I've always wanted to open a business.
Okay,
maybe
nice.
like clothing or something. I love clothes.
Yeah.
Always wanted the freshest clothes. If not, probably sports. I like playing basketball. Sometimes play football. So, I mean, it's a bit too late to do it then, but like, yeah, probably something like that.
I did mention you keep growing and growing and growing. You're in that stage, yeah? Would you consider modelling? Like, is that something you're open to?
Yeah, funny enough, I did the shoot with Philly Page yesterday,
nice.
and
Love
I done another shoot with Jadakiss. Big up to her. We've done that in Barbican. So yeah, I love modelling, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when I was younger, I wasn't really a person who was always kind of camera shy. So I feel like the last couple months with music, I kind of forced myself to like be in front of the camera. So yeah, man, love taking photos, definitely.
So as an artist, have you got any like hesitations towards like working with people that might like want to change your look or change anything about you? Like, are you open to that, or are you like pretty stuck on like, I want to stay the same?
Yeah, for me, like I always said to myself is that like I have an image kind of like that, and like what I want to be in it, like so. And I've always like looked at it like a road. Do you know what I'm saying? There's like junctions where it's like a decision comes up and it's like, is it going to help me get to that point? And if not, then I won't mess with it. So nah, I'm always a person who like, I have my image, what I want. And that's like, yeah, I got a tunnel vision. I think. So
tell me what this road actually looks like. Like your ideal vision, your goal career. Like, what does it look like?
Ooh, I mean, everyone says to be the best, biggest, and that. And yeah, like I think genuinely that I could. Like if I play it right, I feel like maybe not the biggest, but one of the biggest artists. So sometimes people can look back in like 10 years and be like, oh, do you remember my man? And like, you remember Shakes? Like he was cold back in the day. So if it's not a thing where it's like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be one of them artists what fade out in a couple of years. Like I want to get Dave level where it's like no matter what era, you know what I'm saying, he's got songs where you can rock with, and like I want tunes where it's like you think of the UK, you think like that song. Like, you know, I know some people like in America they might think, oh, think of a UK song like Skepta Shut Down or something like that, or like Central C Loading recently. Like I want to have be that artist where it's like, you know what I'm saying.
So you see yourself as like a global artist, yeah?
Definitely.
So have you done much travelling yet?
No.
Have you left the country?
Nope.
Never left the country. Where would you like to go first?
Ooh.
And what would you like to be like? What would you like to do? Are you just trying to go on holiday, or you want to be on like do a tour? Like, what are you thinking?
I've always wanted to go to Jamaica.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I feel like that's just one of them spots like to
close to home, innit?
Yeah, kinda. I feel like Jamaica's definitely like, just to chill. I've always said to myself, once I get enough money, I'm just taking all the family to Jamaica for like a month and just chilling. But yeah, not really anywhere else. I haven't been too fast with traveling because I always thought like I haven't even had a passport yet. I've only been recently getting my passport to like sort out music stuff. So I've never worried about like traveling or anything. Sadly.
So, you know, you mentioned like obviously now when you're stepping out, people are recognising you. Yeah. Have you felt like people are changing how they act towards you? And do you have a problem with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think my main people who kind of like have been in my circle from time, they like, I always said to them like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be music and I'm gonna pop up like, so it's like, it's not like a surprise thing in a sense. Like obviously I'm blessed to have it, but I feel like people kind of in the art circle, definitely, people definitely look at you different if, do you know what I'm saying, you're making moves. Like if you're making more money, you're getting more fame, no matter what, people look at you different. And yeah, I think that's just the people you have to stay away from. Because them people there, they're not going to help you. Do you know what I'm saying? They know who you really are, in a sense. So, nah.
You know what? At such a young age, like I can tell you've really got your head on your shoulders. You know what I mean? Are there any things you like do to keep your headspace good? So you always stay on track?
There's nothing really I do. I think it's just down to my parents and my stepdad. Like, well, yeah, my mum and my stepdad. They've always been like, no matter what, don't switch up. Because once, like, if money gets involved or anything or fame, then that's when careers can fail, innit? So I feel like there's nothing really I've done. Because like I said to you, I've always had like an image of how I'm going down. So yeah, my mental state and music, it's not really changed.
What advice would you give to like people your age that want to get into music?
Just do it, literally, Mike way, just do it. I feel like, yeah, it was a point where I was like, oh, I don't know, and then like, you know, you're iffy about it. But I feel like you don't know what's going to happen until you try it. Like with anything you do, if it's music, basketball, football, painting, cooking, whatever, you don't know what's going to happen. If you flop, then cool, try something else. But if it works, then like, that's good, innit? Because you don't want to live with that thought, like, what if I did it? Do you know what I'm saying? 5 years down, like, what if I did it? Like even I was having a conversation with my friend the other day, and he was like, "Oh, I see you doing it," and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because he used to do music as well, so it's like, raw, like coming from where we from, like you really can do it, and it's like I told you, you just have to do it, and like stop worrying about what other people think. So yeah, just go for it.
Love that. What age did you say you actually started making music? I know you said from 8 you knew you kind of wanted to do it, but what age did you start?
Seriously, I'm gonna say probably like 11. Like what's it? Yeah, so from like the age 8 to 11, I was just like, you know what I'm saying, writing here and there. Like, oh, this is fun. I'll do this like once every couple of weeks. But like, yeah, 11, I downloaded FL Studio for the first time. I really got into like production and like seeing how music was made, like watching the producer videos on YouTube. So yeah, I love like the production side. So yeah, from like 11, I was loving production and, you know, like recording, mixing, engineering. And yeah, that's where I've really found my love for it, I guess you could say.
Obviously, one thing people really champion you for is your bars. So like, how have you gone about improving your pen? Like, what's been your strategy?
Ooh, I think for me, because this is one thing I like about being young as well, I think it's just experience. I think once, like every time, say something new happens in my life or I go to a new place, or like funny enough, like for example, today I was in the car coming here, and then I was playing my song and the taxi man was bopping, so like, do you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and you just find a way to make it,
like
literally, it's just ways to make it creative. I feel like it's just experience, like and don't force nothing.
So from starting then till now, is there anything that you would change about what you've been doing, or like wish you had done earlier, or anything like that?
Not really. I feel like everything. I mean, I haven't really had too much faith in God, but like after the music, I have been. I feel like everything just happens when it's meant to happen.
So you're trusting the process.
Literally, it's a thing. It's just, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it don't happen, don't stress it. It will happen sooner or later. Like if you manifest it enough. So yeah, there's nothing I'd really change.
So is there anything like specifically that you're manifesting right now that you really want to achieve and you want to see yourself do?
Ooh, I can't lie. I've always wanted a #1 single.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, that's it. I feel like getting a song what hits radio different. That's one thing. Because one thing I think I've not struggled with, but it's like I've got like the bar-y aspect, but like I need that like you know, like radio aspect,
Yeah.
international kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's one thing, just to kind of have that tune what just like takes me off. I think that's what I've been manifesting.
Okay, so to kind of get there, like, what other artists do you want to work with?
Ooh.
And producers.
Producers. Oh God, you're putting me on the spot here. All right. I've got my boy who we're actually working with, CJ. He's oh my God, his pen game. I'm bigging him up. Crazy. I'm trying to think who else. Producers wise? I've always wanted to work with M1. I feel like he's one of them guys. Like when you think drill beat, you just think M1. Like his placements are crazy. I don't know who else. I've never really been one to like. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like whereas it comes.
Yeah. So you want it to be like natural and
exactly. I think you haven't got to look up to big people and then get features for them to make a good song. I know people who like are little and don't have too many fans, but like have the craziest pens in the world. So it's just a thing where it's like if you're good, like I'll be happy to work with anyone.
So you've been in the studio a lot, right? What sort of music have you enjoyed making most? Because I haven't had a chance to like listen to anything you've been making recently.
I've kind of been on like the Nuxy vibes.
Okay,
kind of.
cool.
I like the beats I kind of go for. The best way to explain it is like a Nux sample with like say like a Millions or like Suspect kind of
Okay, cool.
bounce, like because I'm a bass head. I love bass. You know what I'm saying? I need it to hit. So yeah, I've been in love with the drill stuff, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, not really. That's it. Just,
That's what you're focusing on at the moment.
Barring and that.
Have you got any shows or anything you're doing coming up that people can look out for?
Nothing confirmed yet. Possibly January 5th, I will have Tracks on Tap headline.
Nice.
That's our upcoming platform. So if you're an upcoming artist, Tracks on Tap hitting up. That's I know Tuesday. Well, from when we're filming this Tuesday, I'm doing Box Park.
Cool.
But right now, that's it. Yeah, nothing really too much on performing wise.
Okay, cool. So another thing that I want to touch on is TikTok, because obviously it's a platform which is like really helping artists at the moment.
Definitely.
What's your relationship with TikTok? How did it go for you?
With me, the thing is with me, I've never really been a sociable person. I've always like I know I had to do it with music, but I was just like, ugh. But yeah, it's a love-hate relationship with TikTok. Like my freestyles will go viral on someone else's page, but when I post them on my page, they don't go viral.
Okay.
And it's just like, I don't know how to feel about it. But yeah, I mean, TikTok is basically what helped my career in a sense. So it's like, you have to give credit where credit is due. If it wasn't for TikTok, Saka wouldn't have blown up, AJ Tracy wouldn't have been committing, and it kind of kick-started everything.
When it drops and then obviously it's going viral, like, did you expect it or was it?
Funny enough, no. Like? Everyone what it was Spit Game, so they done like a upcoming like artist thing innit, and they was just like write something to this beat, you know what I'm saying, and come perform it. So I wasn't really thinking too much of it. I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. I ain't nothing like Chiellini, what? So we're just writing bars down, and then I done it, and then what happened? It was the first day it came out. I was like, and then it hit like 13k. So I was like, oh okay, good. And then I think I went to, and then like the end of the night it was at 61k. So I was like, oh, okay, this is doing something. Wake up the next day, 118,000. And I was just like, I was baffed. Yeah, I was thinking, it's like every day it was just getting bigger and bigger. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do.
Is it overwhelming at some points? Like,
not really. I feel like, because like I said to you, I think personal wise, my life's not changed. So like, I feel like I've always just looked at it as like a number, not like too much deep into it, like 50,000 people or like 500,000 people have actually seen me and taken me in. So it's not really changed nothing.
So obviously, like, you've got all these people that have seen you on TikTok, In your head, like, who is your audience? Like, who do you want to be a role model for?
I want to say people my age. I feel like, obviously, because that's like the age I want to be growing up with, and when I'm older, I say like in the age group of like 21 to like say 26. They're the main people who are going to be listening to music. So I want to be associated with my age. But I've been noticing a lot because of like the grind flows and grind cadences, like a lot of older people have been watching my stuff. Like I have people who literally like 40s, 30s, like, oh, you're hard, you know, like the OGs and that. So I think I'll honestly be catered to anyone. You know what I'm saying? Just if people are listening to my music, I'm happy.
Yeah. So as an artist, like, how do you want to be remembered? Like, you know, when you look back on your career, eventually, like, what do you want to be remembered for? And like, in what ways would you want to motivate people? Do you know what I mean?
I'd want to be remembered as someone who's like not necessarily come from nothing, but it was like had a vision of what they wanted to do and just executed it like to the best possible way. Because I feel like a lot of people, especially where I grew up, it's like they have dreams and stuff, and because it's so far away, they just look at it and they're like, oh, I can't do that. Dismotivated. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying? When you grow up in ends, you can make it and make something of yourself. So someone who you can just like I guess like a motivation person, because you can say like, right, you can do it type of thing.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Anytime, man.
I really appreciate it. I hope like soon enough I can touch base with you again.
Definitely.
We can see what you're up to and all your growth. So yeah, I'm really excited to see your journey.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And yeah, I think we'll leave it there. So thank you so much, guys. If you haven't already liked, subscribed, commented on our videos, please do. I appreciate all the support, and I will catch you another time for another touch base.